So, new format, finalized. I think I got the numbers and everything right. This desk is covered with IEMS, and they all have something in common. This man, Crinacle. If you know Crinacle, got real big on forums, and then he had a YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel vanished when his Google account went away. So I'm going to link his new channel in the description if you want to follow him. And these IEMs all have him involved because each one of them, the KZs, the FiiOs, and the SeeAudios, are all tuned by him, or at least he did the final like okay on all the tunings. Companies have asked me to do tunings with them on IEMs. The problem is the IEMs they sent me were so shit, I was like, nah. So I just never got asked again. But I would like to know that if someday I do IEMs, I want the fucking waifus. We're going to complain when I get to that. All these have been burned on the burn-in rig. I'm using all the same Dakoni tips on them because I don't like silicone tips most times. And I'm going to give my assessment. We have a very large swing in price. These are like $40. These are $150 and these are $200. So the SeeAudios are the most expensive, although still not like crazy expensive. I'm sure if I had an IEM, I would make goddamn sure it was so expensive you couldn't buy it unless you refinance your home or sold some of your children. So just that's my promise to you guys. No affordability, zero. But we're gonna find out. I guess this would be a good way to figure out who the man is because if he approved the tuning for all of these, I'm assuming they're gonna sound at least in the same vein. Like if he likes low end, I'll find out if there's like low end. I haven't actually listened to any of these. I burned them in for weeks ago and I've just ignored them. And now I'm here. I'm gonna do all three, spend an hour with them, an hour with each of them probably, and just go through. And I picked a wallpaper which doesn't look anything like the man, I'm sure. But she does have glasses on. So download that in the description. Also, if you want to get into the wallpaper horde on Roselio Sync, Zeos, link the Roselio Sync video, so people have to go through at least 2 clicks. Or you could join the horde and get all the wallpapers as I change them, which is pretty interesting. So yeah, I've got a bunch of amps in the desk, the OWN X1S GT. I've got my favorite for IEMs, the WA11 Topaz, and I've got the new ESS K9 Pro, FiiO K9 Pro. I am not plugging the FiiOs into the FiiO. I'm plugging the FiiOs into the Woo audio, and I'm plugging the KZs into the OWN, or on, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, good. We're good to go. All right, we'll start somewhere soon. Okay, dipping my toes in using the Zex Pros. This is the Crinacle times multiplied by Crinacle CRN. Zex Pro, that's many letters that don't make any sense, but okay. These are the cheapest ones, 25 ohms. I started them on the OWN, and I know OWN in the past has had impedance issues, and I was like, all right, so these are a pretty easy to drive thing, and I put them on there, and the treble was getting to me. And I'm like, let's try them on the other amps. And I moved to this, and I'm like, ooh, this is much more comfortable. And I'm like, well, let's try that. And it's like, all right, now the treble is coming back a bit. So, play one or two more songs. Hold on. Yeah. It's more comfortable, but it's still, if I'm dipping my toes into what he likes, it's very clear highs, like very clear. Like I just need it to be clear. It's like and on a $29 IEM, $38 IEM, hold on, wait. Because they're on Amazon for $39. They're on Linsol, who sent me them, for $37. And there's Electrostat in there, which I should probably... Wallpapers, by the way, available on a giant sync share. Electrostatic dynamic hybrid. This is... How do you put an Electret? There's a 10mm dual magnetosurgic dynamic in there, and then a 6.8mm electrostatic unit. I don't... How do you squeeze it in here? I can tell it's got an Electret in there. I could just... They're really, like... I'm not going to give these a negative review. These actually sound good. But you have to understand, I'm here to tell you, almost not even comparing them to other pieces of equipment. I'm here to tell you what is the sound signature. And the sound signature so far has been leaned towards detail. I'm going to actually make these real short. Like, this is my assessment real quick of this. I'm going to move them back to the side. We'll whip out the FiiOs. And when I get to the end, we'll go back and we'll actually shoot them off against each other and see if I could figure out who wants what, why, and how pain in the ass they are to actually power. Dance. Okay, so the FiiO FHE Eclipse is actually the FiiO FH3 with an Eclipse mod on it, which I don't know what you'll call that, but it's supposed to be a bass boost mod that rings the lower octaves up, etc., etc. Read the propaganda. Does have it's more prominent low end. It's definitely not bloated. It doesn't sound bloated. But the thing that I loved about the FH3s, the original FH3s, was the imaging was spectacular. And I feel like that hasn't been ruined. They've added a bit of a bass boost, like a slap on the ass, just a little bit. I was expecting more after reading it. Like, oh my God, literally, because this is only sold, I think, on Shenzhen. Most 5 miles refreshed with the Crinacle's vision. With a completely new tuning overhaul, the Eclipse now aims to bring, and in all caps, big bass, trending back to the audiophile community one head at a time. So it's bass redefined, blah, 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 and it just shows the graph. And I just listened to the 2049 soundtrack, which if you haven't seen Blade Runner 2049, number one, why the fuck are you watching YouTube? Go watch Blade Runner 2049. Even if you didn't like the original. But I was dicking through my playlist. Actually, I have a best bass actual list. So like Four Wild Horses by David Munyon. There's a good low-end rumble. I wouldn't say that's even the defining factor of these. I think the defining factor of these is still the imaging. They're still just as clear as the FH3s were. The bass boost is appreciated, though. Yeah, it's there. I'd have to go whip. Do I even have the FH3s, or did I sell those? I might have sold the FH3s. So okay. I got. We're keeping that. I did the tour of the amps, and they look just like FH3s. I did the tour of the amps, and I started there, and I'm like, oh, treble, and went here. I actually skipped here, went here, and okay. And then I went here, I'm like, oh, okay. So the treble pretty much stays consistent on this set. So now let's analyze these and see how those work into the mix. Yeah, these are definitely my favorite of the group. These have, if you ever didn't see my review of the Yumes, the original ones, those were an amazing IEM. So now take those, add somehow more soundstage, a little more low end, actually better low end than the FiiOs, and he sticked around with the highs, and I think he is the limit of what I would accept for highs. Whatever his choice is, it's like, because there's a couple of headphones, like specifically 2000X, that are trebly headphones, and they get right to that line. They skirt that line of like, this is too much high end, the highs are there's too much, but they don't cross it. And these don't cross it. None of these really cross it. This on amps, certain amps kind of did, but these, Cat Stevens, Father and Son, it's creamy and smooth, and I love SeeAudio. They make the Neo. One of my favorite IEMs of all time is the Neo. I would do the thing with the Neo. Yeah, you know, these are good. These are real good for $200 fucking dollars. Occasionally, it gets a little like I get a shout, and I'm like, is that too much? And I don't want to take them out of my ears. I lower it a little bit and keep going. So now I know. Now I know what we're looking for. By the way, I say Midnight carbon fiber backing. Do you want to see some shit? We'll go back over all things right now, but I'm going to show you some shit right now. Do you believe this shit? Look at this. Look, got a YouTube tube top, glasses, a bunny girl. I was at first, this is not the same girl, is it? Is it the same girl? Because I was trying to analyze the relationship we're having here between Crinacle and I think it's Yume. And my concern was that looks like he denied her, like she confessed her love and he was like, no, fuck off. And that's the face you make. Or her dick is too small, and that's the face like, oh, she said my pee-pee too small, and I would make that face too. But now after seeing that, it's a werewolf situation. It's Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Crinacle turns into the anime girl, and I'm so jealous. So yeah, so that's I don't. I would I would love to see the emails going back and forth to decide all these things. Bishop. All right, let's start with the ZX. We'll go through. ZO's timestamp. This is the overview of everything. I didn't actually show accessories, so we'll do that too. The ZX, no accessories. Like 3 tips in here. Cable's decent. It's not the worst thing. It's just a 2-wire. It feels a little bit cheap. I mean, they are cheap. They're super fucking cheap. You need an IM. That's the cheapest you can get. I don't hate them, which is a good start. They're going up against things like the Blonde BLO5s, though. BLO5S, you know, Tin T2. It's an old standby of mine. If you had to figure out my sound preference, it's usually going to be slightly softer, very wide, warm, loving. I want to enjoy music. If I'm critically listening, there are other IEMs I can pull out and be like, this is my critical listening IEM. You can see all the dust in 4K. I'm sorry. My choice is a little bit softer, a little bit lighter. That being said, even if these are not tuned to my preference, they do a damn good job of being so cheap and providing that much detail. So, half recommendation, if you are a detail freak and absolutely broke, yes, that's it. We're done with those. The FiiOs now, the Eclipse, come with the standard complement of really nice FiiO accessories. We've got a fuckload of tips. Like literally, that's a truck fuckload. I had to unwrap like 4 different packages to get them out. We got a little brush for brushing out the earwax. Isn't that nice? You got a soft case, which I have actually folded reversed because it just sits nicer if it's folded inside out. You got the hard case in clear that says FiiO, so you can keep this gargantuan thing, go traveling with it. No waifus to be found. Again, there's our bump that we're supposed to be listening for. I find the Yumes are bassier. So as far as what these are doing, they're essentially FH3s with a slight bit of bass boost, keeping the imaging. I believe what specifically the website said, which I'll go back to this. IEF neutral target. So they were aiming for not just bass boost. It was like they were aiming for a more critical listening role of these, and I could see that happening. But I mean, they're FH3s, so they're good. They're good. The problem comes on this desk, which, okay, I reviewed these, by the way, the FiiO wire was a 2-wire, and I was able to do the split on my old FH5s where I could lower this down and split the wires apart further. I love that. Can't do it on this one, though. It seems too tight. The problem with these existing is that these exist, and they're only $50 more. Because these are $150, these are $200. And the Yumes just blow. This is my flavor, my taste. I put them on. I immediately remembered why I like the SeaAudio Neos. Why I remembered why I remember the old Yumes or the Yumes. I remember that they come with literally. This is like Weebtopia. So it comes with some tips. I don't know where that one went. So if you're in my house, and you ever see a white tip just sort of floating around on the floor, it belongs with the Yume Midnights. It comes with a sticker pack. Choking on ramen, being high as fuck, going to McDonald's, and then playing video games. And I think her hair is a helicopter now. I don't know. She's high again. So I think they're all high. It comes with a fucking postcard where I can put a stamp. Okay. Who am I going to send the postcard to? But it's the cover art of that. I'll actually put this on my wall behind me. I have a whole bunch. And then for some reason, a very transparent see-through SeaAudio business card. This is a terrible business card because you need a white background. You can't make out what's on it. I guess it's like a secret thing. So you get, again, her no glasses. You don't get anything with her in the glasses. If you want the thing with her with the glasses, the thing with this picture, it's $10 on Hi-Fi Go. I will link the Hi-Fi Go thing for the SeaAudio new acrylic earphone stand IEM accessories, which is specifically Crinacle's like persona. So if you want to support, I don't know if Crinacle gets a piece of that, but I'll link it anyway. So he can. I got a thing for waifus with glasses. So Crinacle better stay the hell away from me, or he's gonna find himself in a bedroom situation. But seriously, no, don't touch me. Don't touch my body. My body, my space. Yeah, they're $200 also on Amazon. So you can get them on Hi-Fi Go for 200 or Amazon for 200. There's no prime shipping on this, so really take your pick. If you want to support Hi-Fi Go directly, they'd probably prefer if you bought it from there, although I will link both because God knows in 2022 I need all the clicks I can get. Oh, here's the case, by the way, which is just the bunny ears. Very tasteful. SeaAudio, just says SeaAudio in the little script. The bunny ears, just there's actual, like, I hate these cases. They open so hard. Comes with 4 extra filters. These are not change filters. These are not like, don't sound change, or just if you get earwax jammed in there, you can just change them out. Metal case, or metal case with a rubber thing. So it's got a nice hard case. I don't hate the wire. All these, by the way, none of them are balanced. They're all 3.5 millimeter. If I have an IM with my name on it, it will definitely come with a 4.4 Pentacon. I will fucking fight to the death for that. But this is good because all these amps have 1/4 inch, and if you're going to use it, just, I would say straight to your phone, but no phones have 1/4 inch or 3.5 except for my phone. This wire is a little. The wire is the only thing I would really concern myself with negatively on this head IM. It's a 2-wire. From here to here is fine. The problem is it gets real thin for the other two, and they don't really have that much staying power. They're real light. So you got to put them in your ear, and usually that should come over your ear and then rest, but they're so light they want to just bounce up. So I was actually using the pull string to sort of tuck it under my chin to get it to pull the wires down. So, which is probably another reason why if you go on Hi-Fi Go, you'll see that often purchased together are the new wire for $70 and then the acrylic stand for $10. So you can get another wire. Oh, I should probably point out, this is a 2-pin, this is an MMCX, and this is is it a 2-pin or the box one? No, this is the box one, which is not 2-pin. So 3 different wire connectors. QB, I forget what the hell the name of the fucking thing is. Wire type, plug type, 3.5 millimeter, pin type, 0.75 millimeter, but it's not just a straight 2-pin. Put that down. So overall, I don't hate the changes that were made. Like these I can't even think if I heard the Zex Pros, but I know I've heard the FH3s and I know I've heard the Yumes, and I'm give or take the improvements to the FH3s. More bass is always welcome. I'm never going to be like, oh my God, you've added more low end to a thing. I hate that. No. Add more low end, please. Critical thinking, not critical thinking, critical thinking. By the way, if he doesn't have a t-shirt that says critical thinking, he's wasting an opportunity. The tuning on these, I'm fine. Go ahead, add it. They should just replace the FH3 tuning with it. I could give or take this with the bass boost, the slight bass boosts. It's fine. These are where I put my money. If I was you, I'd put my money on the $200 ones. I love the carbon fiber look, although it's a little bit, it's far away. It's behind there. But the low end, the clarity, the smooth. I'm a big smooth fan. And that's why I have, like, if you look at the amplifiers I'm using, none of them are the A90, which actually the whole rack is disabled at this point because I'm using the Singzer audio bridge to hook everything up here. I'm a big fan of, like, if I put IEMs in, don't hurt me. And his they take it to that, like, point where it's like, all right, I'm not being hurt, but I am being told there's detail here. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. But all my amplifiers are slightly softer. That one, I spoke of that one highly. This one's the Wild Love and Topaz. Is probably the softest amplifier I've got. It just makes everything sound beautiful. And I'm rocking the ESS version of the K9 Pro for these. And it's just, I actually had to put it up to medium gain. I didn't need to, but I put it up there because I felt like I needed a little more substance. Yeah, it needed a little more oomph. So I gave them that. And yeah, I enjoyed listening to these. These were like a no-brainer. Like, of these three, obviously this one's the cheapest version, so you're not going to, like, obsess over it. I should plug it into the Emotiva Basics and blow them up. It was really $50 difference when you're between 150 and 250. I wanted to know the difference. What are we going for? The design, by the way, of this, hold on, double check it. Yeah, oh, it's the wire still? Get off this wire. I don't want the wire. I want the IM. I want the IM. Ever try to dictate to your phone? Like, I do a lot of speech to text, and IM just doesn't work. It's like, I am? No, I am not. Yeah, we have a dynamic driver with liquid silicone diaphragm and 2 custom-tuned BA armatures. And apparently it has some low-frequency filter conversion technology, or LCF. Wasn't the thing also say somewhere it has LSD? Yeah, you could see the waifu with the glasses there. Like, what the fuck? How does he get his own artists? I may actually commission artists, like a couple anime artists, for merch. I have merch coming, by the way. And a second channel, if you want to check out the second channel, where, again, you can download all the wallpapers as they happen. So, yeah. If I had to give... because I feel like talking... smooth, clear, wide, with more warmth than the other two. A slightly... I wouldn't even say warmer, because it doesn't actually warm the whole frequency. It just gives you a little more bass boost. Like a slightly bass boosted FH3 with the treble tuned just higher than I'd be comfortable with on like a long period of time, but still fine. And then these are the cheap ones, and you have options. If you want to go for the most detail on a cheap headphone or a cheap IM, there you go. Otherwise, blonde BLO5S would probably be the ones I would put my name next to, because those things are just fucking crazy smooth. Crazy smooth is the name of the game. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Links to all of these in every form factor they are. I'll link to a couple of the amps. I'll link to that wallpaper. And I'll link to the review of Rosalio Sync, where you can download all the wallpapers with me on a giant Bluetooth, not Bluetooth, a BitTorrent hoard. I love the word hoard. I just love the word hoard. Not like a hoard out your mother, like a horde of cattle. That's a thing, right? Yeah, so done. Wallpapers, Patreon, and Subscribe Star. Don't forget to check out Crinacle's channel, his new channel, his rebirth channel. Subscribe to that. My Patreon and Subscribe Star, if you want to see my reviews early. Participate in yard sales, which from the 1st to the 10th of every month, I sell things that I'm probably not going to keep. Probably will not be keeping these or these. I'll probably be keeping those just to dick around with them. Plus, I can't see myself parting with the packaging. So, they got me. The marketing got me. So, every month, check for a video on that. $5 gets you into the access to that. And you get access to the Sound Demo channel, which the private Sound Demo Oasis, I should say, which on Telegram, which is Russian, which is Telegram. I hope fucking survives this bullshit. This bullshit going on in the world right now. So yeah, that you can get the lossless sound demos and modern sound demos in FLAC, and all the old sound demos that disappeared are all available there. And then finally, for $10 a month, you get the private behind-the-scenes Telegram chat, where I will answer any questions you have. You can talk to me directly, talk to everyone else there. We're all audio hordes. Hordes? We're horde audio in that little space. And if you're in there, you get access to a lifetime swap meet channel where you could buy and sell gear and not see my face, but you can hang out with me. We hang out. We do. Me and the patrons, we're inside deal. It's the inside behind the scenes thing. It's I have a thing I'm doing. If I'm changing the resolution of my videos, I'm testing it with them first, or the Twitch fam. But you don't know about them because you don't follow me on Twitch. Anyway, I'm done. Wallpaper, Crinacle, Midnights, waifus. We're good? Cool. See you in 2 days.